Hey guys, Shadow Gamer here, and the Human Hedgehog is back again with another review video, my fellow Ultimate Lifeforms. And today we're going to be talking about my review. We're going to talk about my adventures with Superman. So here's my review on it. I'm going to explain my review and what did I think of the season. So, if you guys want to enjoy the video, my fellow Ultimate Lifeforms, you guys hit that like button and subscribe, hit that notification button, and the Human Hedgehog will leave you a notification, my fellow Ultimate Lifeforms. Like I told you, don't be afraid to ask. What game y'all want me to play? What movie and game trailer y'all want me to react to? What unboxing video you're going to see in my next video? You guys put in the comments down below. You guys ask, and the Human Hedgehog delivers. So basically, I enjoyed my adventures with Superman season 3. This was a phenomenal season. It was so fun. I enjoyed it. We see the Reign of Superman storyline. This shows Superman. He sees Bizarro for the first time in the episode. We see Bizarro, and I love Superman and Kara's new suit, which became one of the coolest suits I ever seen, and I enjoyed it. So that was awesome. I actually liked that one better than the one from season 2. It was okay, but I like this one. But I like the one in the third season. It was my favorite. And we see Supergirl, and we'll get to Jimmy Olsen in a minute. All right, trust me, we'll get to him in a minute. But it was really cool. This show showed about Superman finding a purpose, about him finding his purpose, basically him losing his powers, but him going through it, being powerless, and he wants to like become Superman again. Well, it wasn't about being Superman again. It wasn't just about being Superman again. It was about him finding his purpose, which he did. That's when he went to Brainiac, and that's why he went to the Fortress of Solitude to get his powers back. So we see Bizarro, we see Superboy. Clark and Lois finally they realize that they find out that they have a son in the future, and bro, Lois says Lois tried to see if there is a DNA test to prove that Superboy was her son. There was no DNA test. They proved it. Because the way he was eating the same way she was, I'm like, yep, that's your son, literally. And then we finally see we basically see a story about Superboy and My Adventures with Superman season 3. We see his story is revealed. My Adventures with Superman writers love Dragon Ball, that they did the future Gohan storyline, cause Supergirl raised Superboy, which is a future Gohan reference, and it's cool. And then we see Cyborg Superman thanks to Luthor, and of course Luthor did something stupid. Even Slade disagreed with him about doing this, and Luthor didn't listen. Luthor was always stupid. But I love this design of Cyborg Superman. It was so cool, and the fight with the Super Family fighting Cyborg Superman was really awesome. And I enjoyed it, and we see Superboy and Supergirl. We see like Lana. We see was it Laura? Yeah, Laura Lane Kent, who is also the daughter of Clark and Lois. We see both of them, but Superboy's more different. He's more stubborn, he's more stubborn and more more a little emo. But I would say arrogant and stubborn. I would say that. But this man was trying to fight. This man was trying to fight the Eradicator, and bro already got messed up. And Supergirl was basically like Vegeta and Gohan. In the future, in the future she was like Gohan, but in the original timeline she's like Vegeta. So if you think about it, so this was a Dragon Ball reference, and she did. It was really cool. She did one of the She did the Piccolo. She did the Piccolo reference in Dragon Ball, where Piccolo takes a blast for Gohan by Nappa. Supergirl did that for Superboy, which was crazy. I'm like, they took that for Dragon Ball. They be taking reference, and if you even think about it, they even did the manga covers reference Dragon Ball, which was really cool. And then we see, and what's really cool about this, I like how we see all the super families come together, and we see the villains. They fight Eradicator from the future, and this man up here pulled up like he Goku Black, and I swear, Superboy was stupid because my man tried to be Future Trunks. Like, bro, did you not learn from Dragon Ball? This man did more than just slice once. He sliced more than just one. And you cut a blast in with your heat vision. You had one job. This man duplicated two and messed up Superboy. This man pulled up like Goku Black. Man, they really are fed to Dragon Ball, but hey, who isn't? And then we see Superman come back and he got a new white and gold blue suit. It was so awesome. And we see him fight Eradicator and Eradicator becomes General Zod. Oh, I skipped one thing. We see the Super Family fighting against the Eradicators. Superman brings the whole. I call it the House of El because Superman's name is Kal El. So, and the name of the family tree is the House of El. So I would bring the House of El. So he brought them all together, and we see Bizarro. He calls him cousin. He should have just called him brother, because he is his clone, you know. But it was cool. And this girl, Supergirl, just powered up like it looked like the Kaioken from Dragon Ball, and it looked like the Kaioken from Dragon Ball. Cause the way how she powered up, you could see the aura rising up like from Dragon Ball. I'm like, they literally took everything from Dragon Ball. Everybody powered up, and bro, why do I feel like they all did the Dragon Fist? Like, am I not wrong? It looked like they did the Dragon Fist because they all powered up. They all had different colors of aura, which was really awesome. I enjoyed that. They did a phenomenal job with this. And now I'm back to where Superman's fighting Eradicator, aka Zod, because bro turned into a General Zod, literally. And they was going crazy, and the fight was phenomenal. And I love Superman's character in this show. He's a which is based on the comic books. And I've been waiting to talk about this. Now we're getting to Jimmy Olsen. This man is the king of fumbling the bag with Supergirl. My dude, you had one job. You had one job to go with Supergirl. Now, we all know Supergirl was in love with Jimmy in the first episode. Basically, she talked to Jimmy and said, "I want you, and I want me and you to be mates." And this man fumbled it to talk about, "I want somebody that's better than me." I forget what he said, but still, this man wanted her to be with somebody instead of him. My dude, you're the main one she wants to be with. You're fumbling the bag. You're fumbling the controller. Pass the controller, Jimmy. And what's even worse, and, and I ain't gonna lie, my friends, man, they pulled up with a fine hot waifu in this show. And that was Giganta. Lord! Jimmy, how can you fumble that? She was bad. Don't get me wrong. But Jimmy fumbled it. He fumbled not just Kara, but he fumbled Giganta. Who fumbles the first girl you've been with since the last season? But you don't date that. But then you go on with another date and you fumble that. How does that even work? I never seen somebody fumble this hard since Mordecai fumbled the bag with Margaret in regular show. Y'all put in the comments down below. Who fumbles the most? Mordecai or Jimmy? Put it in the comments. Please. I'm begging, please. Who think fumbles it? To me, I think Mordecai I think Mordecai beats him in this. But what do y'all think? But this man, and it gets even worse. This man goes on with another date. I think it was what? Her name was Jinx? Yeah. And basically, she turned everybody into animals. We see everybody with animals, and Clark ain't got no powers. And he gets upset, which is valid, because he ain't got his powers, and he wants to help others. But but when Jimmy is turned back into human, he finally admits that he's in love with Kara. He said, and I'm so glad she got on him. She got on his case because she goes off. I don't blame her for going off at him because he said, "I thought you wanted to be friends." Like, bro, she literally just said she wanted you and her to be mates. She wanted you to go on a date with her. Jimmy, you fumbling it, bro. Pass the controller. Just pass it. If you're not playing the game, if you're not going to use the controller, pass it to us. You're not going to shoot past the ball. Jimmy can't fumble anything. My man can fumble a snack if he wanted to, please. I'm telling you right now. Now what else? But oh my god! But you know what? I don't need to complain no more because I don't need to worry about that no more because at the end, yes. So and one, we get a good ending by the way, and I one my adventure with Superman writers did an amazing job. I hope we see a fourth season, please. This needs to happen. This needs to keep cooking. I love this. Now we get a scene. We get a scene where resolves back to giving out ice cream, and basically Jimmy and Cara is right there, and when he gives her the ice cream, he wants to go on a date, but she said friendship. You said you wanted to be a friend. So she friend zoned him. I was like, yes, because that Jimmy, I'm gonna tell you this right now. You deserve to get friend zoned by Cara. That's what you get because you had one job to go out with that, bro, and you fumbled it. Subaru was loyal, tough, and fiery. Don't get me wrong, and she was awesome, and she was like Android 18. I'm not wrong because if you go back to the previous season, she was dressed up like Android 18. But bro, she was tough and loyal. That is the perfect one you want to be with. Just like Lois and Clark. Jimmy, you could have, and you know what? And you know, I was so mad. There was a time Jimmy and Carl was finna kiss. And Clark, we was finna see a love spark moment between Carl and Jimmy. Clark opened the door at a wrong moment. Like, bro, you came in at a bad timing. I was like, wait, is Jimmy not gonna fumble this no more? I was excited to see him not fumble this no more because he was working my nerves. But oh my God. I was so glad that he got friend zoned. But what's even worse, he didn't even say nothing back to her after she did that. He could have said like, oh, whatever. He could have said like, Cara, no, I want us to be mates. He could have said something. He just let her friend zone him, and he didn't say nothing back. He let himself go silent. Like Jimmy, you are just give up, bro. You lost. Give the controller up again. You're not picking it up again. Do not let this man pick up another controller. I repeat, code red. Code red. We do not let this man near a controller. He's a fumbler. I repeat, code red. And we finally see Clark and Lois together, and she finally accepts what her future is gonna be. And then I don't know why she proposed to Clark, which he should have did. But hey, it's a good ending. But her proposal to Clark, this reminds me of Friends, the TV show where Phoebe proposes to at when they was at a game. Was it a football game or I think it was a football game, but she proposes to what's his name? Y'all put in the comments. What was the dude's name for Phoebe posed to in Friends? But it was like a good reference to that. And we see Superman and Lois. They all got a dog named Crypto, which was cool. Yes. But we see a good ending. It was good. But Jimmy, you had it coming. That's what you get. You got friend zone. But I enjoyed this. This was the best show I ever enjoyed watching of DC. I love my Adventures with Superman. To me, it's actually one of my favorite TV shows. And what I want to do, I want to talk about the comic book about it as well. So basically, I read the comic book. In the comic book, we see Amazo, um, and we see, and here's this in the game. If you go, I mean, not the game, the comic, we see Bloodsport and Amazo, and it's revealed that Amazo was meant to take down Superman, and basically, um, Superman helps him, and then basically they go on. It's basically in the comic. They basically go and fight Bloodsport and Slade. But it was really cool. I don't know the rest of it, but I'm gonna go back to reread it so I can explain my. I was just telling you about what's it about, but it's gonna involve with May. The comic book's involved with Mazo, Bloodsport. We actually see Bloodsport, so but it's really good. But we actually see Bloodsport, which was really cool. I'm glad they brought in a lot of villains. And then we see Mixoplex. Oh yeah, by the way, we saw Mixoplex again, and oh my god. You know what? There's a question I gotta ask. Even though when I watched all this show, I didn't even ask. Why does Mixoplex look like Whis? This is another Dragon Ball reference. He looks like Whis, does he not? Blue scale, white hair. No, bro, that's definitely Whis' cousin. I'm just saying. But bro, this was the best show I enjoyed watching. An absolute 10 out of 10. This was this was amazing. This was super. I enjoyed it so well. I hope we get another season. But I looked it up. I heard that season 4 is in the hands with DC Studios now. So I hope we get a renewal for another season. I hope so. I want to see that. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did, like I said, hit that like button and subscribe. Hit that notification button. And the human hedgehog will leave your notification. My fellow Ultimate Life ones. And like I told you, don't be afraid to ask what game y'all want me to play, what movie and game trailer y'all want me to react to, what unboxing review you want to see in my next video. You guys put in the comments down below. You guys ask, and I will deliver. Y'all let me know what were your thoughts on this season and what did you think of it, and who was your favorite. To be fair, my favorite character in the show was actually Superboy. Was actually my favorite, and my favorite villain in this was Slade. Slade would always be my favorite villain, even in Teen Titans. So y'all, and what was y'all ranking on this show? Y'all put in the comments down below. So if you guys enjoyed this show, and if you enjoyed this video, and if you loved it, chaos control.